Hello everyone, you're welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be making this beautiful A-line dress with yoke. So if this is what you like to learn, kindly keep watching and endeavor to click on the subscribe button if you've not. Also give me a thumbs up and a share, and also drop your comment for me about what you think about the dress on the comment section. Let's get started. For the material, I'll be using 2 yards of crepe material and Ankara material. The 2 yards is just because I will be using it to line the cloth. So I folded in a triangular manner, the way we normally fold our half circle. But because I'm working with white material, I would like to demonstrate with this black lining. So just like I did, I folded into 2. This is one part for the front, and if you are getting for the back, you do another one. You fold another one. So, but because I'm marking on this black fabric, I don't need to fold it into 2. So at that tip, I just had to get half of my shoulder measurements. You just mark where your shoulder measurement will be accommodated. Make sure from that tip, it is the same thing you are taking on both sides. So I just marked my shoulder measurement, half of it, and my chest line. On a normal day, my chest line is 5.5, but because I'm cutting directly on the fabric, I'll be making it 6 inches. So I just marked down 6 inches for the chest line, and I just entered my shoulder measurement to the chest line. So on the armhole area, I'll come down by 3/4 of an inch for the armhole slant, for the shoulder slant rather, and for my neckline, I just did 2 inches by 2.25. And also I will connect my neckline. This shoulder slant is optional. You can decide not to come down by any inches, but I just came down by 3/4 of an inch. So on the armhole depth, I just divided it just to enable me get my armhole curve. And on my chest line, I will impute 1/4 of my chest measurement, and I will mark the lines together. So this will not be having a waistline because it is an A-line gown. So to get the full length of the gown, is either you place your tape on the shoulder tip like so and take it all around the length you want. You take it all around and start marking, or you place it at the tip, the uppermost part of the dress where the triangle started from, and mark all around. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll just take my time to mark it all across the triangle. So as you can see, we are now having something like cone. If I decide to remeasure from the shoulder point, I will be having the exact thing. So I have a measurement of 20 inches here. 19 inches is my normal length. Then 1 inch. Half inch will be to join to my Ankara material, and half inch will be the one I'll be taking from the neck area to join to the upper yoke part. So for the fullness, you can decide to make it full by utilizing all your flay, but I don't want mine that full, so I just want 30 inches at the down line. So I just measured 30 inches and connected it, or you can just leave it the way it is, but I don't want the down part of mine to be that wide. So the wideness of mine is just 30 inches. So to my shoulder measurement, I'm just adding half an inch. If you did not come down by any shoulder slant, you don't need to add your joining allowance, but I just came down by that shoulder slant so as to make the dress lap very well on the shoulder instead of hanging like a boo-boo dress. So for the yoke, you decide the width that you'll be using. Me, I will be using 2.5 here. If you notice, mine is a bit wide. If you want a slimmer one, you can use 2 inches or 1.5, which is very okay as well. So I just marked 2 inches all across, and I'll go ahead and cut my pattern. And because we are cutting on the fabric directly, I'll just cut it the way it is. You might be wondering, where is the sewing allowance for all this? For the down part, the flay part, I've already added 1 inch to the hemline. So I've added it, and to the yoke part, I'll place it on my African print and add my allowance. You can as well go up by half an inch on that yoke part, and on your yoke part where you are cutting on your fabric, you add 1 inch instead of half an inch. It all depends on how you want it. So, but I just added to the skirt part and to the yoke part. So this is what I have. Like I said, I'll be using this crepe material to line the material itself because it is very light. So the down part, like I said, is 30 inches here, and for the Ankara material I'll just cut out 60 inches. That is the down part multiplied by 2. I'll cut it and gather it to the 30 inches we have initially. So like I said, for the yoke material, I'll just place it, fold it like so, and cut my yoke part, which is the Ankara material, adding half an inch all around or quarter inch depending on the allowance you use to sew. So I'll just cut 4 of it. And right now I've finished cutting. This is my Ankara material for the down part. This is 6 inches after hemming. It was 7 inches before I hemmed. Then after hemming it becomes 6 inches. Then my main bodies and my yoke. My yoke ended up being 3 inches after adding my sewing allowance. So I'll bring one part of the bodies, which is the flare part. I'll place it on top and sew on the armhole with half an inch. Then on the neckline with just quarter of an inch. Because I'll be having front and back, so I made the front and this is the back. Place it on top, right side facing each other, and turn the neckline and the armhole. The neckline is just quarter inch because I'm left with another quarter inch to join the yoke with. And for the yoke, I just have 4 of it. So because I came down by 3/4 of an inch for my shoulder slant, I'll have to join because there's an opening already. I'll just place each one on top of each other and join with half an inch. And after that, I'll make sure to gather the Ankara material, that's the African print, to the width of that flare part. And I will do all this, I'll come back to show you. So I've joined with half an inch on the shoulder point. If you did not come down with half an inch or 3/4 of an inch for your shoulder slant, this is how you are supposed to cut your yoke part. You are not even supposed to have joining. So I'll just slit one side open on the both of them. So, or if you cut with a pattern, you can join the shoulder before cutting on your fabric. So I'll just go ahead and place the 2 of them right side facing, and I'll turn the neckline with quarter of an inch and the down part with half an inch. Then on the one part I'll close it, on the other part I'll add my button loop, and I'll go ahead to notch all around before turning it inside out. You notch it all around so that when you turn and iron it will relax properly. So I'll go ahead, turn it and iron it down. So before ironing down, on the side that is open, I'll fold in quarter of an inch and make sure to use my sewing machine to sew it down very neatly. And after doing that, this is what I've ironed down. And my down part, which is the flare part, I have turned the neckline with 3/4 of an inch, then the armhole with half an inch. So the next thing is to arrange the front and the back parts of the flare and get the midpoint on the yoke, as well get the midpoint on both the front and the back part of the flare. So one important thing, it is not a must that you line your main bodies, which is the flare part. I just did mine because my material is very light. So you can just use one of it and just overlock it afterward. I'll go ahead and place the front midpoint to the front, the 2 pins, I'll place them together. I will arrange it properly, making sure I'm not having any fold at any point. And I'll take to my sewing machine and neatly sew this, because this will be showing outside. So you have to keep your hands straight, and I'll sew it all around. So after I was done sewing, I will go and add my African print at the down part. I'll add to the second part as well. And when I was done sewing, this is what I have. I've added my the down part, the African print, and the next thing is just to close up the sides with 1 inch or the inches you left while sewing. And this is the outcome of what we made. This is a simple flare gown which is very beautiful. If you've watched up to this point, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for staying by, and also remember to subscribe if you've not. I'll be seeing you in other of my videos. Do leave a comment for me, share to your family and friends. See you next time, and remain blessed. Bye.